Do you ever feel stuck when trying to speak English? You've memorized the grammar rules, you've built long lists of vocabulary, but when it's time to actually say something, the words just don't come out. You hesitate, you feel nervous, and the conversation moves on without you. What if I told you that the reason for this has nothing to do with your intelligence or how hard you're studying? The biggest mistake most learners make is that they've forgotten the single most powerful secret to language learning, a secret every one of us use to master our native language without opening a single book. Today, I'm going to show you how to rediscover that secret and use a simple, natural process to transform your English, moving you from hesitation to confident, automatic speaking.
Hello, my friends, and welcome. Today, I want to share something truly important with you, something that countless learners forget when they study English. It is the power of listening, and how listening is the real, undeniable secret to speaking English well. When we think about learning a language as adults, our minds immediately jump to the hard stuff: grammar, rules, vocabulary lists, and exams. And of course, these things have their place. They are important. But they are not the heart of language learning. The true heart of learning any language is listening, because listening is the path that always, without fail, leads to speaking. Think about it for a moment. Think about how you learned your very first language when you were a baby. As a baby, you did not open a grammar book. You didn't sit down and memorize hundreds of words from a list. And you certainly didn't take tests or write essays. Instead, you just listened. You listened to your parents, you listened to your family, and you listened to the entire world around you. You listened every single day for months and months, absorbing the sounds, the rhythm, and the flow of the language before you even spoke a single word. Then, after that long, intensive period of just listening, something almost magical happened. The words began to come out of your mouth naturally. They came out without effort, without fear, and without ever thinking about grammar rules. This is the natural way of learning any language. First, lots and lots of listening, and only then speaking. But when we grow up and become adults, we forget this natural process. We often try to learn in the complete opposite way. We try to speak first before we've listened enough. We open grammar books and we do written exercises. We try to force the language into our heads with rules and drills.
This is not natural, and it is not effective. It feels heavy, it feels slow, and it often feels incredibly stressful. This is why so many adults feel stuck in their learning. They know some grammar rules, they know some English words, but when they try to speak, nothing comes out. They feel nervous, they hesitate, and they cannot find the words. You may have even searched for and watched videos titled "How to Improve Your Listening Skills" and still felt like you were missing the key piece of the puzzle. The solution is simple. We must go back to listening. We must return to the natural order of learning. Listening must become the absolute center of your practice. You should listen more than you study grammar and listen more than you write. If you give your brain enough listening input, speaking will follow. It will not feel forced. It will feel natural, just like it did when you were a child. Now, you might be thinking, but Tom, listening is difficult. And yes, at first it can feel that way. Native speakers often talk very fast. They connect their words together. They use slang, idioms, and expressions that you do not know. It can feel confusing, and sometimes it can even feel impossible. But this is normal, and it is nothing to worry about. When you begin, you do not need to understand everything. You do not need to translate every word into your own language. You only need to listen. You need to hear the sounds. You need to hear the rhythm. And you need to feel the music of English. Think about music for a moment. When you listen to a song, you do not translate every single note in your mind. You simply hear the sound and you let yourself feel it. Language is exactly the same.
When you listen again and again, your brain begins to notice patterns. It begins to recognize sounds. It begins to hear where words start and end. It begins to understand rhythm and stress. Slowly, individual words become clearer. Slowly, sentences become easier to understand. And slowly, the language feels more and more natural. This brings us to a practical way to apply this, a method called shadowing. This is why the shadowing technique for fluency is such a powerful and popular topic. It's because it works by combining listening with speaking at the very same time, creating a direct bridge between them. Let me remind you how shadowing works step by step. Step 1. Choose simple audio. This is critical. The audio should not be too difficult for you. If it is too advanced, you will feel lost and frustrated. The perfect audio is something where you understand about 70%. This way, it is not too easy, but it is also not too hard. Step 2. Listen to it once without speaking. Just listen. Do not write, do not repeat. Let yourself get the feeling, the flow, and the rhythm of the language. Step 3. Listen again, and this time, shadow. As you listen, copy the words immediately. Don't stop, don't think, and do not worry about mistakes. Simply follow the sound with your own voice.
Step 4. Repeat many times. Repetition is the key to success in language learning. The first time you shadow a piece of audio, it always feels strange. The second time already feels a little better. By the third or fourth time, it begins to feel easier. And after many repetitions, it feels natural and automatic. If you do this every day, even for just 10 or 20 minutes, your English will transform. Your ear will become stronger and your mouth will become faster. Your confidence will grow, so you will build self-confidence. You will start to speak more quickly, more smoothly, and with much less hesitation. You will not pause. So, do not wait for perfect grammar. Do not wait until you know every single word. Start listening and shadowing today. Make it your daily habit. Listen while you walk. Listen while you drive. Listen before you sleep. Even 10 or 20 minutes a day makes a massive difference. Remember, language learning is not about speed. It is about habits. A small habit, repeated every day, becomes powerful. Listening is that habit. Shadowing is that habit. Do it daily and it will change your English. So let me end with 3 simple messages. First, listen more. Make listening the heart of your study. Not grammar, not writing, but listening. Second, shadow often. Shadow simple audio repeated many times and don't worry about mistakes. Third, be patient. Give yourself time. Trust the process and believe in the power of listening. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this guide was helpful and you're ready to start your listening journey, please hit the like button to show your support. And for more practical lessons that will help your English shine, make sure to subscribe to my channel, English Glow. I can't wait to see your progress. Until next time, keep listening, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.